Hey guys, welcome to our group wide training for January. We're talking about transition. I was going to say something else right off the bat and I forgot what it was. So we're off to a wonderful start. But thank you guys for being here. If you are on the Zoom with us live, if you are not on the Zoom with us live, you are watching the replay. And if you have questions, please make sure to reach out to your director. And the group page as well, if you're on the group page, so that we can get questions answered before transition month comes, okay? I do have notes and an outline tonight because I have a lot of stuff to cover, and I really want to try to keep this to an hour because I know that after an hour, people's brains start to shut down, especially when it's already 8 o'clock at night on a Thursday, and your eyes just start to glaze over. So I'm going to try to get through it as quickly as I possibly can. Just a few little housekeeping things. Try to make sure that you keep yourselves muted unless you are actually going to speak. That will keep the background noise to a minimum. If you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat and I will try to address them as we go. If it warrants a sidebar conversation or another type of conversation, then we can either take it offline or talk about it later, because I do want to try to get through everything that I possibly can from my notes. But questions are always welcome, okay? Because I want to make sure everybody is on the same page. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. First of all, World Tour is coming up in Jamie Walker. You guys, Jamie Walker is in Disney right now and she is logging on. So for anybody who says they can't join because they're on vacation, you're wrong. Jamie is at Disney World. I'm so excited for her. Where are you right now, Jamie?
I am in the cafeteria at my hotel.
Aw, how fun. It's like we're there with you.
Oh yeah.
Except it's freezing
it's
here.
Nice and sunny and not snowy. So
we have 6 inches of snow on the ground. Okay. Well, yay, Jamie's here. And I see that Leah's here too. So if you guys, and Jamie, obviously, if you drop off or whatever, if something, if Mickey Mouse comes by and you need to leave, that's totally fine. But if you guys can keep an eye on the chat too while I ramble, if there's questions that I need to answer, just jump in and let me know. So World Tour is starting this Saturday. The first location is this Saturday. I'm going to talk a little bit about that as we go through. Detroit, which I know a lot of us are in the Detroit area and attending the Detroit location, that is next weekend. I thought we had another week and we don't. So it's next weekend on the 4th, and then we've got the 11th, the 18th, and the 25th. We've got people going to a bunch of different locations. I'm really excited. If you are going to a location different than Detroit, I am trying to hook you guys up with other directors, star directors, superstar directors, teams, so that you're not by yourself. One of the big things about these Scentsy events is that you make so many new connections and new friendships. But because sometimes it can be a little scary if you're walking in those doors by yourself and you don't know anybody and you don't have anyone to sit with. And if you're like me, you're not a person who's going to go ask if you can sit with people. So I'm trying to hook you guys up with some contacts that you can at least they'll take you under their wing and you can kind of hang out with them. And of course, meet new friends as well. So let's talk about first, before we get into transition month, which is in February, I want to talk about what's happening between now and the end of the month, because we've got Bring Back My Bar that's going to be ending. What is the last day of the month? Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday. So next Tuesday this coming Tuesday is the last day for Bring Back My Bar. So I made that post in the Wax Bars page today, you guys. I scheduled those posts in my VIP group for every morning until Tuesday, reminding people that they've got so many days left to get their bars or set up club. Now is the time you want to be reaching out to people personally. If they have ordered those bars this month or in the past, maybe they ordered them in the past and they didn't order them this time for whatever reason, reach out to them personally and remind them that they're going away, because I'm telling you, it's inevitable. You will have somebody on February 3rd ask you if they can get Perk Me Up. It never fails. It doesn't matter how many times you tell them, how many times you post it. 2 days after everything goes away is when people start to come looking for it. So make sure that you're doing as much as you possibly can to reach out to them before it's gone. There are other things that are leaving at the end of the month too. So if you have customers that have ordered or expressed interest in the Snow White warmer and bar, the Frozen collection, the diffuser and oil special, which has changed. So hopefully you guys have seen the little change on that. The eucalyptus and lavender oils sold out. So they're just adding the 10 mystery oils to diffuser purchases from now till the end of the month while they last. So if you have people that have wanted diffusers, reach out to them. Scent and warmer of the month for January will be going back to regular price. Sorry, trying to push up my chair a little bit. And then the football, the soccer warmers, which I haven't sold a single one of because it's just not, anyway, those are going away at the end of January. I'm actually curious to know how many have sold. I know that soccer is big, but not with my people, it's not. So, but they're going away at the end of January. So I'm going to make sure people know in case somebody comes out of the woodwork and I can sell one, that would be great. But that's what you should be focusing on right now for January, okay? Coming February 1st is what we call transition month, and that's what we're going to spend most of our time on tonight. Transition month is literally that. We are transitioning from one catalog season into another catalog season. This time around, it's from fall, winter into spring, summer. Now, typically our catalogs run for 6 months, 6 months at a time. This current catalog has had a 7-month run because they just switched the catalog seasons back to where they used to be. They used to be March and September. And then a couple years ago, I want to say like 2019, maybe, we switched them to August, February. And over the last 2-3 years, they've discovered that that probably wasn't a great idea. And so we're switching them back. I like it better in March, September, but I do see some benefits to having things coming out a little bit earlier, especially for the fall catalog, because Hobby Lobby got their Christmas stuff out in July. So, there's nothing wrong with having your things out early, but I personally like the March and September switches myself. But so we are going to be transitioning in February from our fall winter season into our spring and summer season. The spring catalog is going to start on March 1st. Before I start talking about all of this stuff, I want to make sure that you guys know most of what I'm going to go over in the next 50 minutes is on your workstation. Okay. I'm not going to be reading verbatim, and I am going to be, talking about other things that are associated with this, but a lot of this information is in your workstation. So if you are up to date on your workstation news articles and you're checking it every day and you're on the group page and you're checking that page every day, a lot of this stuff is going to be, you're already going to know about it. But I just want to make sure that we as a group are going through everything so that it's one more place where we can say we talked about this, and an opportunity for you guys to ask questions. So in February, what is going to be happening? Lots of things. There is a what to expect on February 1st news article in the workstation that's going to tell you what's coming in February and what's going away in February. So make sure that you read that. I have it printed, but I'm not going to read it verbatim, but I told you the things that are leaving at the end of January. February 1st, we will launch the new month's Whiff Box. February Scent and Warmer of the Month, which is the, what's it called? Twine to Unwind warmer, and the pink coconut bar, which I like. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Jamie, you don't like it, or you haven't smelled it yet? Jamie doesn't like it. I like it. Jamie doesn't like it.
I don't think I liked it. I'm trying to remember. I'll have to smell it
It's
again
not
when I get
super
home.
strong. I warmed it in our classroom today at the preschool and I could smell it, but it's not super strong. So I kind of like that because I feel like sometimes those fragrances can be a little bit overpowering. But anyway, that's going to come. Transition month discounts are going to be in effect. So almost everything in the catalog is going to be 10% off. Not everything. There's always exclusions. They're always usually the same things. Your licensed products are not going to be 10% off. Some bundle and saves. I know the original article said bundle and saves, and that was I think it was updated, but it was confirmed by home office that 6-packs and 3-packs of product, like your bars and your room sprays and things like that, those will be discounted. But your bundle and saves that don't have, or that have more than one warmer in it, those are not discounted, and they never are. So it's the same as it always is in terms of what can be discounted. Clearance doesn't get an additional 10% off. Prices are going to be marked in your website. So if someone is shopping, the price that is there is the price that it is going to be. Most things are going to be 10% off. So that's important for, number one, everybody loves a sale, right? So everybody loves to get their goodies at a discount. So that's number one. But number two leads me into my next point, that we have some things that are going to be increasing in price in the new catalog. Okay. It's never fun to have to tell people about a price increase, but here's the thing. If we don't make it a thing, it's not going to be a thing. Back when bars went from $5 to $6, you would have thought that the world was ending. So many people were complaining about how my customers are never going to pay $6 for a bar. This is crazy. I'm quitting Scentsy. And it's been what, 4 years since the prices went up, and people haven't batted an eye. Because if you don't make it a big deal, they're not going to make it a big deal. Okay. Now there's a little, I guess I'll put a little caveat in there for this, because typically, you guys, I don't even really make an announcement about price increases. I didn't, and I think I might have announced when the bars were going up. But I didn't announce when cotton cleanups went from $6 to $10. And I haven't had anybody complain about that. And that was a big increase. These warmers that are going up $5, typically I wouldn't even say anything, because you know what? My customers don't know how much the warmer is right now. So when they see it in the spring catalog, they're not going to know that it's $5 more. But I am going to let them know, because in February, they'll be able to get it at a discount more than what they could get it right now. Okay. So, the warmers that are going up $5 in March, they'll be able to get at 10% off the current price in February. So it's a great way to approach them and say, this is going to be going up in price. So if you want it, now is the time to get it. And it may entice them to place an order that maybe they weren't going to, because they didn't, weren't worried about a price increase. Okay. But honestly, if you don't make a big deal about these increases, I promise you, your customers aren't going to make a big deal about it either. Okay. It is what it is. Everything is going up in price. There's no way of getting around it. We are very lucky that the things that are going up are only going up $5, and that it isn't everything in the entire catalog. Okay. We are extremely lucky that the price increases are small, and that they are only on specific things. And the reason that they're going up is because the raw materials and the cost to manufacture these items is going up. And you guys, Scentsy does everything they possibly can to absorb the cost increases until they just can't do it anymore as a smart financial decision. And we need them making smart financial decisions, because if they don't, then we don't have jobs, right? So it's never fun, but it is what it is. And if you don't make a big deal about it, and if you aren't negative about it, your customers aren't going to be negative about it. I am not going to read the list, but it is in your workstation of the items that are going up in price. The flip side is that, yes, they're going up in price, but that also means that your PRV is increasing, right? So a warmer that's $30 right now, you're getting 30 PRV for. When it goes up to 35, you're getting 35 PRV for that. Okay, so it's increasing on both sides. It's not like the PRV is staying the same, but the warmer price is going up. We're getting more PRV on those items. Just like when the bars went up, people were like, oh my gosh, it's going up $1, but I'm getting more PRV for it. So it's better, right? When things are cheaper, we have to sell more to make the money. Whereas when they are a little bit more expensive, we get more PRV, and that's a benefit for us. Okay. So list of warmers, there's how many? 16, I think, that are going up in price. The whiff box is also going up in price. This one stings a little bit more. However, again, whiff box is like the easiest thing to get at a discount, because if you put it in Scentsy Club, you can get it for well, it would be $17.50, right? Once the price goes up, but still $17.50. If they put it in Scentsy Club and they have $60 in their order, they can get that whiff box for $17.50, or they can get it 10% off and get it for $32.50, $31.50, whatever 10% off of 35 is. So they can still get it for cheap, even if it goes up $5. And the value of the products is going to increase incrementally as well. So it's still going to be valued more than $35. They're not going to be getting ripped off. But again, it's the cost of doing all of these things has increased. And so Scentsy has to follow suit. And then the last thing that's going to be going up is bathroom cleaner, which is $8 right now. It's going up to $10. I always thought it was $10 in my head. So that one's not a big deal for me. Jamie has a question or a comment.
Sorry, the music is like so loud in here. So if that's all you can hear, sorry. Dan was also saying that in the whiff box, we're hoping to get more exclusive products that are just with whiff box, which I think will help with the price increase too.
Yeah, for sure. The exclusivity, the exclusive items, when we get those, I always get a lot of people interested in the whiff box when there's something in there that you can't get any other way. I think I sold like 7 or 8 of them this month when I told them that bar, whatever it's called, I can't remember now, banana leaf, banana flower, banana, whatever. When I told them they couldn't get it any other way and I fell in love with it immediately, I had like 6 people say, I have to try it. So the exclusive items that you can't get any other way are a huge draw for whiff box. And so don't let that $5 increase scare you away from promoting it to your customers. Okay. And while we're talking about price increases and people spending money, this is always a conversation because we tend to prejudge what people think is worth spending their money on. And you guys, people are out there selling water from Splash Mountain, claiming it's water from Splash Mountain on the eBay for $1,000.
I missed my opportunity.
I know.
I was literally there the last day.
And
squeeze out your sock and get some, maybe.
Right. And people aren't necessarily bidding on the $1,000 ones, but you guys, people were bidding on this stuff. It was like $250 and they're bidding on it. It's a Ziploc bag full of water and people are bidding on it. You cannot tell me people aren't still spending money. We don't get to decide what they spend their money on. It could be Scentsy or it could be a bag of dirty sock water, right? Like they get to decide whether it's worth spending their money on. Okay. So just because something might be going up in price a little bit doesn't mean that people aren't going to still want it. We still have to present it to them and make them want it, regardless of whether it's $5 more. Okay. So those are the things that are going up. Like I said, make sure that you are approaching it from a positive standpoint. Use February as an opportunity to promote the items that are going to be increasing in price because people will be able to get them even cheaper in February. Okay. It's a great way to pinpoint those specific items and say, if you wanted the Chasing Fireflies warmer, you better get it right now because you can get it for $27 versus $35 next month. Present the savings to them. Present the savings. I can save you $7.50 or whatever it is on the warmer if you get it this month. Okay. You have to present the value to them. All right. So one other thing that I was going to say about February, I was going to say a lot about February. I'm trying to make sure I stay on my notes here. Okay. Before I start talking about the catalog and the discontinued list, we are getting the Scentspirations Go-Go Mango collection in February. So we were able to start ordering that. Was it this week? I think this week, the early access consultant bundles. If you can order that bundle and get it under your customers' noses. I actually have something that I found in one of the director share pages that I'm going to go relocate and share it with you guys because it was a great, I think it's from Workstation, but it was a great visual on different ways that you can promote that to your customers. And you guys, if you're local to another consultant, this bundle was $20, I think, for the 4 bars for consultants. But if that's not in your budget right now, find somebody close to you and split the cost. And then you each have four cubes of wax, $10 out of your pocket. One person's going to get the PRV. Next time, flip flop, you can get the PRV, whatever. But if you can get these bars into your hands and sampled out and get pre-orders if you can, but if you can't, you're at least presenting it to them so that they can smell it. These are scents that none of us have ever smelled before. Go-Go Mango we have, and maybe the Mango Margarita if you got it in the whiff box last month. But there's new scents that nobody has ever smelled. So we can't say to people, this smells like XYZ, or if you like this, you're going to like this mango, whatever, because we've never smelled them before. The only way for people to know is to smell them. And so if you can get that bundle, get it and sample it out. Also, in the consultant store right now, the body stickers for Go-Go Mango are $1.50. So who cares what shape the sticker is? Because the ones that look like the wax bar, those are $3. But the ones that are in the body section that are shaped like the little body wash bottle, they're $1.50 for, what do you get, 72 of them? You could just get those. And that's just one of the scents, but obviously all of the scents in the bundle revolve around that Go-Go Mango fragrance, just like they did with the vanilla bean buttercream. So if you can at least get that under their nose in the form of a rub and sniff sticker for $1.50 for 72 of them, do that. Okay, whatever you need to do it. If you can't do the bundle, fine. Get a Go-Go Mango bar when it comes out and do that, or do the stickers or whatever, but get the stuff under people's noses, okay? All right, so the discontinued list. So all of the items that are coming out all of the items that are going away in the spring catalog will be on the discontinued list, and that is going to be published on Saturday. Okay, we typically get it on February 1st, but because the first world tour is on Saturday, they're going to publish it on Saturday because Lord knows there's going to be people posting all kinds of stuff. So let me tell you this, if you're going to world tour and you don't want any spoilers, you need to stay off the social media until your world tour comes, because there's going to be pictures, there's going to be videos, there's going to be all kinds of stuff. People just can't keep their mouth shut. So it is what it is. But because of that, because the fact that the first world tour is before we would typically see the catalog, they are going to release the PDF of the digital catalog and the discontinued list on Saturday. This is good though, because this gives us a little bit more time to get ourselves prepared for transition month and the new catalog, right? I print out the discontinued list and it goes in my VIP mailers for the month of February, so people can see everything that's leaving. I also usually will, I print it from a PDF, but I usually go in and edit it, and I write on there that everything is while supplies last. So if it's something that's leaving at the end of February, if it sells out on February 15th, it's gone. They're not going to restock it for 15 days. So it's important that people know that, because they wait until towards the end of the month to place an order, and something that they want might already sell out. So I will make sure that I note on there that everything is while supplies last. And then I'm also this time planning on putting my QR code for Scentsy Club on there. And I'll show this to you guys once I do it, once we see it, I'll post it so you can see how I did it. But I'll put my QR code to Scentsy Club on there and make sure that they can easily scan that for the wax bars that are going away, so that they can add those to Scentsy Club too, because remember, those are the things that will stay in club once they go away. Okay, so make it as easy as possible for them to shop those things and to get get that things added to Scentsy Club if they want to. Okay. The discontinued list I share as soon as I have it, because I want to make sure people can see, they can plan, they can decide what they want to buy, they can cry their tears. There's always tears. Something good always goes away. If you've never been through a transition before, which I meant to ask at the beginning and I forgot, it's Jamie's fault, because I wasn't expecting her to be on here. She threw me off. No, I'm just kidding. But if it's your first transition, be prepared. Something that you love is probably going to discontinue, but typically the norm is that all of the new releases go away, because they need, Scentsy, when they bring a new release out, they need to see how it's going to sell before they put it into the next catalog. And you guys, the spring catalog has been in production, has been in the works for over a year already. So they have no idea how the scents from last year were going to sell. And so some of them might come back from last year, but typically not all of them. But your seasonal scents are going to go away. So those 10 new releases that we got in our fall catalog, those are going to go away. That's a given. I don't know that we've ever had anything stay, because they just don't know. I think sometimes we'll see it come back, like Winterberry Apple Tea, I know came back the following year, and has been in the catalog, but I don't think we've ever had anything stay, because when they're creating the catalog, they just don't know whether it's going to be a seller or not. So be prepared for that. And then sometimes some of our favorites go away, in the summer. At the end of the summer, we lost Squeeze the Day, we lost Jammy Time. Did we lose Squeeze the Day? Yeah, we lost Squeeze the Day, Jammy Time. What else?
Sea salt and avocado.
Yep. So, I mean, there's a chance we could see some of those back in the spring, but there's also a chance that we might not. We don't know yet. So, there's always the heartbreakers in there, and you just kind of have to be prepared for it. And the beautiful thing now is that with Scentsy Club, we're not forever without like we used to be. Like when things used to go away, it was literally people would buy 100 bars of something. Maybe that's excessive, but a whole bunch of bars, because they never knew if they were going to see it again. Whereas with Scentsy Club, they don't have to do that anymore. They don't have to fork over hundreds of dollars to get their favorite scent. They can put it in their club and they can keep it one bar at a time if they want to, whatever it is. Okay. So share the discontinued list right away. That's totally fine. Do not share the catalog right away. Please do not share the catalog right away. Just like when we talk about not sharing Scent and Warmer of the Month right away, don't share the catalog on the 1st or the 28th or whenever we get it. We have an entire month left of our fall winter catalog, and there is lots of stuff in there, and it's going to be on sale in February. Sell those products. Don't sell the new catalog yet. One thing that I do a lot of times is I will use the new catalog as an incentive for hostesses. If I have a party going on, I might say, every 3rd order that we get, I'm going to share a sneak peek. Or if somebody books a party for March, I will share the catalog with you guys. Use it as an incentive, but don't just start blasting it all over the place, because people are going to see the stuff. They're going to get excited about a new season, and they're not going to buy anything in February. They're just going to wait. And your PRV in February is going to suck. Okay. And we don't want that. So use it to your advantage. Know what's coming. Start making lists. I'm a list person. My lists have lists. Start making your lists of people that, if we have a scent that comes back from last year that somebody loved and was heartbroken when it left and they didn't put it in their club and they cried about it, go ahead and reach out to them personally and say, oh my gosh, you are going to be so excited. Whatever it is coming back. So get ready, because it's coming back on March 1st, right? You can do that. That's part of making the personal connection. But don't be like, hey guys, here's the new spring catalog. It comes out in a month. I can't sell you any of this stuff right now, but take a look at it. Don't give them the stuff that we can't even sell yet. Okay. So keep that to yourself. Use it as an incentive. Use it to your advantage towards the end of the month, a week or so before. If you want to give some sneak peeks, go ahead and do it. But consider your current month's situation before you do it. If you haven't hit your goal for February, don't start sharing merch. If you're not active, don't share it. If you haven't hit your 500 for your leadership requirement, if you're a leader above, don't start sharing it. Get those requirements that you need for February before you start sharing merch. I don't know why I'm like way off center. This is weird. Okay, anyway, specific items that are leaving in the new catalog. We've all seen it. We've talked a little bit about it. I know that it seems super sad. You guys, I don't think it's going to be as sad as we think it is. Car bar clips, Scent Soft, dish soap, fragrance mist, Scentsy Soak, sugar scrub, and the pets line. Okay. It is getting pulled from the catalog. They will be back as LTOs. So they're not gone forever gone. They're going to be back as LTOs. And I can speak from experience in that I know for a fact, in my business at least, I sold, when the sugar scrubs first came out, like 2 years ago in the summer collection, they sold out like instantly, like probably within 5 minutes. Everybody and their brother was buying sugar scrub. We all said, oh my God, we need the sugar scrub in the catalog. They put the sugar scrub in the catalog. I've probably sold a dozen of them in like 2 years, not counting the ones that I would buy for like mystery boxes. Okay. The reason that these items are being taken out of the catalog is there's a lot of reasons why they're being taken out. And Dan did a call, the leadership call a couple of weeks ago where he kind of explained it to directors and above so that we could kind of better understand it and then push this out to you guys. And so these items individually and collectively make up a very small percentage of our overall sales as a company. And I can speak from, like, if I'm looking at this list, I can tell you, these are the things that I sell the least of. Do I sell car bar clips? Yes. Do I sell Scent Soft? Yes. Do I buy Scent Soft? Yes. Do I use the dish soap? Yes. Do I sell the sugar scrub? Yes. I sell all of them. But this year at SFR, and Jamie, I don't remember if you remember, I don't know if you remember or recall, remember we got those little sheets? I think, were you with me? I was with Laura when we got it. Those little graphs that they gave us.
Yeah,
where
like
it
how,
showed
what our
what your
numbers were that we
percentages of
sold.
sales were.
Yeah.
I really hope they do that again this year. I was going to actually put that in the SSD group and ask home office if they'll do it again. So at SFR last year, every consultant, whether they were there or not, because I think they had one for everybody, because all they did was asked us for our consultant ID. They gave us a piece of paper, and I wish I could find mine. I can't find my notebook in this disaster of an office, but it was a graph, and it literally showed you what percentage of your business, what percentage of your sales was each category. And I think it might have even gone into individual products. I don't remember, but and then it showed kind of overall from a higher level, and then it showed your business. And I can tell you, Laura and I both, because I was with her when we got it, were like stunned that I had like 0.02% of pets line. I wasn't that shocked because, you guys, I don't have pets. So I don't sell a lot of pet stuff. I do sell it, but I don't sell a lot of it because I don't share it a lot. And the reason I don't share it a lot is because I don't use it a lot. I use it on my girl's hair. I use the dangler on the girl's hair.
I think it's one of those things that's hard to, not everybody has pets, just like, and I will say, we talked about the sugar scrub earlier. I feel like a lot of that is TikTok. Like you can go to Target and buy a sugar scrub now or you can make your own. And it's like, it's hard unless you're like a body care company, which that's not our focus. I can see why they got rid of that, or they're getting rid of it,
And the
same
thing
with
is, it's going to be around. It's not like it's never going to be around. And I feel like it's one of those things where it's going to be, when it does come back in a holiday scent or a harvest scent or a summer scent, people are going to jump on it because it's going to be something that they can't get all the time. And so it's going to make it more appealing because it isn't something that they can get all the time. And Scentsy is really trying to go back and focus on the 3 core values, and one of those being simplicity. We're pulling things out of the catalog that are taking up space, not only physically in the catalog, but in the warehouses, because these things are sitting on shelves. If they're not selling, they're taking up space. And our big seller obviously is wax and warmers, right? That's our bread and butter. And so if we're taking up a bunch of space with car bar clips that could be used for new warmers or more wax fragrances or whatever, it's not smart. So I know that it's heartbreaking, especially for those of us who use those products on a regular basis, but you will have an opportunity to stock up on them in the month of February at 10% off, as will your customers, and they will be back. I'm sad about the fragrance mist because I use that a lot. But yes, it's sad. Yes, it's okay for us to be disappointed, but know that there's a reason. It's not just because they felt like, taking things out of the catalog. There is a reason. And I know that they know what they're doing. And this, they do research on these things and they keep track of everything. And so it's one of those things where it's going to be okay. We just have to get through the tough part of the change first. Okay. So yes, those are the things that are leaving. When I present it to my customers, which I haven't yet, I am going to remind them, and I think I'm just going to flip it and say, they want to make these things more special. And so we're going to be bringing them back as limited time collections in their limited time fragrances. If you want to stock up on fragrances that are available right now, let's do it. But I'm excited to see what they bring to us in the future. And I think it actually is going to give them an opportunity to do more with them, because like we've got 10 cents of car bar clips right now, and they're like the same 10 cents, right? So if we do go to an LTO format, we're going to get to have new fragrances because they're not just the same 10 that are in the catalog. So there is a lot of opportunity with this. I know this is one of those things where it's like, it's hard to understand and it's hard to wrap our heads around it. But I trust Scentsy and I know that they're doing what's best for all of us. And I think that once we get past the initial like disappointment, everything's going to be okay. All right. I promise. Okay. So I wanted to share with you guys, well, let me get through I got a little bit left, and then I was just going to share a couple of the things that I'm doing for my February mail. So the marketing materials and assets that we have available to us starting on February 1st. Let me find my right piece of paper.
Real quick, sorry, Kim,
Go ahead.
before I forget, and before you, let me lower my hand. Hang on. Okay. You mentioned like, but when you share the products that are leaving to your customers, let me look at the camera. Hang on, I'm always off to the side. That you're going to present it with like that there's going to be LTOs and all that. Will you make like something in Canva explaining it, or do you plan to do it live? Because that's what I was thinking about. Like,
I'll probably do both, honestly, because I know that there's a lot of people out there who don't have the time, the bandwidth, the interest to watch a live video. And my lives are never short. I try, but I could unbox like one bar and it would take 12 minutes because I don't shut up.
right, that's me.
So I'll probably do a live during transition month where I talk about, because I always do go live and I talk about the things that are leaving and some of my favorites and everything's on sale and all of that. So I'll probably do that and include, you know, a little segment on the things that are going to be going away and becoming LTOs. But then I'll probably let's be honest, I probably won't create something in Canva, but I will find someone who did and I will steal their work and I will share that as well.
Okay.
Because I think you have to kind of go both routes, because some people aren't going to watch a video and then they're going to come back and be like, well, you didn't tell me it was leaving. And I'll be like, yes, I did.
Well, the soak has been a big pain point too, I think, for some of my people, because people apparently love the Scentsy soak too. So yeah, like that was my question. I was like, how am I going to approach this? Am I just going to put it in? I prefer print too, like, because I'm like you, like, I don't always see a live, or I may miss something because I'm trying to watch a live, but the dogs are wanting to be let out or something's happening, you know? Yeah. So
and it's easier too for the scroller. I mean, most people are scrollers. And so if they're scrolling and they see a picture, they can look at it really quick. If they see a video, and I know a lot of the videos have captions now, which makes it a little bit easier, but some people just won't watch it. So I think doing both is you're able to hit both kinds of people. All right, so business tools and marketing materials that are going to be available to us in February, starting on February 1st. So first of all, fall winter product print materials are going to be 50% off while supplies last. But you guys, do not buy any fall winter materials unless you absolutely need to, because why? Don't spend your money on it. Pretty much everything that we can get in print, we can also get online in a digital format. So for the month of February, don't spend money on the things that are going away. Now, if you have an event in February and you need product lists to hand out, fine. But if you're just doing your regular everyday business and you're sending out your mailers and whatever, don't buy new stuff, okay? Because you can print stuff at home, you can give them digital links and all of the good things for the current stuff. Save your money for the new stuff that's coming out, because that's what we're going to be wanting to share with people, okay? So the fall winter stuff is going to be on 50% off, but don't spend your money on that. Really, don't spend your money on it, okay? Spend your money on the things that are coming out for spring, summer. So the spring, summer catalogs are going to be 10% off. So really, February is when you want to buy this stuff, because once March hits, everything goes back to regular price. So during transition month is really when you want to stock up on your business supplies. I try to do it for the whole season. Inevitably, I always have to order more, but I really try to order is what I think I'm going to need for the whole season. But you really do have to be careful not to over order too, because the other thing that I'm going to challenge you guys to do is whatever fall winter items you do have on hand, get rid of everything. And I don't mean shred it and throw it in the trash. I mean, get it out to people in the month of February. Okay. And then once February's over, if you still have product lists and stuff, go ahead and shred them and use them in your own mystery boxes or your package, your orders, whatever, fine. But get them out. Okay. Put a sticker on it that says this is the last month, everything's 10% off, whatever. Get them out to people, mail them, send them. Don't put them on people's windshields because I don't think you're allowed to do that, but put them at the doctor's office, put it on the board at the grocery store, whatever. Okay, get rid of it. Carrie says, ask local consultants if you need fall winter stuff. Yes, absolutely. Use your resources. If you live near someone and you need a catalog for a customer or an event or whatever, check with your local people and say, hey, can I get a catalog from you? Certainly don't go buy them. Okay. So yes, absolutely use your friends that live local to you if they can help you out. Okay. And with testers too, like if you have a party and you need testers and you don't have them, which everybody should have testers, but if you don't have them, ask to borrow them. Don't buy a whole set of testers in the last month of the catalog. That's just not smart. Okay. All right. So spring summer catalog is going to be 10% off. Transition tester sets are going to be 20% off. The full tester set is going to be a regular price. It says, I thought those were 10% off too, but it says regular price. But let's talk about what testers you need. Nobody should need a full set of testers unless you reinstated and you don't have testers from the last catalog. So if you reinstated your account and you don't have current testers, then you may want to get a full set of testers because that is going to give you all of the available fragrances in the new catalog. If you're a current consultant, all you need is a transition set. Okay. So transition set is going to give you the new releases and then all of the returning fragrances. So it's not going to give you things that are in the catalog now that are also in the next catalog. So things like Black Raspberry Vanilla, Luna, probably Vanilla Bean Buttercream, those things that we have right now and we will have in the spring.